Hey everyone, it's Shay, and this is my quiz review for quiz number 6. And of course, this was a close reading quiz focused on Simpson versus Boyd. But before I go into the opinion, let me go to the question that I'm going to be reviewing. Alright, so the question that I really focused on reviewing today was question 10. It says, in Mississippi, what are the elements of negligence per se? So you see highlighted, there's my answer. And it reads statutory violation, a resulting injury, and the plaintiff's membership in the group that the statute was meant to help. So let me refer to the opinion and try to show you and, exhibit my thought process when I was trying to answer this question. All right, so if I'm starting at the beginning, I really just, of course, I read all of it, but when I was going back to review it for the sake of that question, what I was specifically looking for was negligence per se. So that's going to be the section that I kind of, key in on when I'm trying to deliberate an answer. Okay, so just scroll down a little bit. I'm going to focus on this section. So this really says violation of a statute or ordinance constitutes negligence per se and will support a cause of action in tort where 1. The plaintiff is within the class protected by the statute. I want to place emphasis on number 1 because I'm going to be talking about that a lot when I explain to you my thought process when I was doing the process of elimination. Moving on. 2. The harm sustained is the type sought to be prevented by the statute. Even if a defendant breaches a statutory duty and is within the class protected by the violation, the plaintiff must still show that the violation approximately caused the injury. So it goes on, and then it also lists cases that it referenced and all of that. And, this is definitely for Mississippi, so that's definitely the answer. So going back to the question itself, when I said that I was placing emphasis on the first element, I did that and said that because when I chose this answer, I was kind of stuck between this one and that one. I really decided that this would be the best fit because when reading it, it made the most sense. The last part, it says the plaintiff's membership in the group that the statute was meant to help. That's most important because, like I said, and when I was going over the opinion, I placed emphasis on the fact that let me go to it again so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I placed emphasis on the plaintiff is within the class protected by the statute. So the essence of that is having membership of a certain group. So none of those other answers really exhibited that. Let me go back to it. This kind of tiptoed towards that, but I don't feel like it was specific enough because it just said injury to a protected plaintiff. So when I see something like this, I have a lot of questions. I'm like, okay, what is this plaintiff protected by? Is it protected by the statutory, by some other law? Like, what is this really talking about? It's too broad. This really keys in on what we need to, it keys in on what's necessary. And I feel like it answers this question. And then in comparison to the opinion itself, I feel like it really makes the most sense. So there you have it, guys. That was my thought process for answering number 10. In Mississippi, what are the elements of negligence per se? And I said statutory violation, a resulting injury, and the plaintiff's membership in the group that the statute was meant to help. So I do hope that this helped. And thanks for viewing.